Hello and welcome back to What a Player Concussion Sub Series. It has been a long while, but what a game of cricket we had. Super Saturday. We had Chennai Super Kings versus RCB in Chinnaswamy, and we were hoping that there will be a Yash Dayal Dhoni situation, and we got one. And we also have, after a very long time, Sid joining us, and the RCB DC fan Shivam with us. So welcome, chaps. Firstly, Shivam, let's start with you. How happy are you with the win?
If I am very happy, but पहले आप अपना जर्सी दिखाओ पहले सबको. Everybody, please see this. This has to be seen. ये कहाँ से कब लाए हो आप पहले ये बताओ. Just before this match, before the season, when they were banned after 5 victories, when was this?
ये अजय पीके का गिफ्ट था, FYI. आरसीबी
Oh,
फैन का
nice.
गिफ्ट था.
After seeing your biased comments.
But what a
No,
game,
but
man. I know you didn't watch the entire match, but what do you think of the last phase?
no, but great match. I think I was just chatting with Akash, and I think RCB was lucky that this match was against CSK, and CSK having the season, the kind of season that they are, uh, somehow screwed it up. Some other team and RCB dropping 5 catches in the last phase. They had no business winning this. They didn't deserve to win this. I think it was only because of that Romario storm, right? After the start that they got, they should have easily walked to 200. I mean, with just simple hitting, they should have easily gone over 200. But Rajat Patil, I don't know whether the pitch slowed up considerably. Patidar, Padikal, everybody failed, right? If it was not for Romario Shepherd, I think this was a gone match. And see, RCB have to lift themselves up, right? I'm very happy we won, but dropping catches like this, and this is what separates MI from other teams. Irrespective of how much I hate that team, but they don't do these errors, right? And RCB can't afford to do these errors now. But great victory. Yes, they are fantastic. But again, right? You bowled 3 fantastic Yorkers, and I don't think there was much due. Still, you end up bowling a full toss, that to a no ball free hit. Somehow, RCB pulled it out. I was saying they buckled down under pressure, but actually, Akash said that in spite of the 5 catch drops, in spite of the no ball free hit, they still maintained their calm. And it was funny to see Kohli dropping a catch. Okay, Lungi dropping catch, dropping a catch, but Kohli dropping that catch, difficult. But good to see RCB finally pulling it through.
Indeed. And Sid, firstly, welcome back after a long time. Super happy to see you on the pod. How are you and what do you make of the CSK RCB rivalry?
Well, I'm doing great, and it's great to be back on the pod. And for a change, I'm actually following IPL. Generally, I'm one of those, fuddy-duddy uncles who just follow test matches around. But it's one of those seasons, and today's match, interestingly, my wife was all about RCB should win, RCB should win, and I was donning your colors, metaphorically speaking. That एक match तो जीतने दो यार, मतलब they need to win one match, one place where we can have thala magic, one place where we can see something happening from CSK, because it's just disheartening to see, and it's not that Dhoni was failing, the entire team was failing. And today it just seemed to come together for them before Romario Shepherd did his thing. And I'm so happy to see Ayush Mhatre. You know why? Because वो क्रिकेट में एक सेइंग होती है, मुंबई घराने के बैट्समैन. I mean, old people like me would kind of realize that he doesn't play with power. If you see, he was just making those connections, like he was slicing and dicing. And I remember Harsha Bhogle said once in his speech, in his commentary, not here, many years ago, that one was a surgeon and one was a butcher, and this guy is a surgeon. He was just dissecting the field so well, and the combination that he had going with Ravindra Jadeja, that Jadeja was targeting spinners and he was targeting fast bowlers. And totally agree, RCB made a mess out of it. मतलब इतने कैच कैसे ड्रॉप कर सकते हो? लाइक टू अ पॉइंट ये वो 90s के मैचेस शारजा वाले याद आ गए थे कि यार मतलब हाथ में आया कैश ड्रॉप हो रहा है. सो समवेयर यू जस्ट एंड अप फीलिंग कि यार ये क्या हो रहा है, लाइक हाउ आर यू ड्रॉपिंग कैचेस, हाउ आर यू बॉलिंग लाइक दिस. बट इट वाज जस्ट मेंट टू बी, मतलब आरसीबी को जीतना ही था ये मैच एंड फाइनली वो जीत गए. बट I'm kind of sad. I don't follow a particular IPL franchise, but I just felt with the kind of support CSK has, they should have got this match in their hands. With the kind of opening they had, the only good thing that I see is आईपीएल इज वेरी फनी इन अ वे कि क्या होता है कि अगर आपकी टीम जीत रही होती है तो सारे कॉम्बिनेशन अच्छे लगते हैं. अभी लगता है नूर भी अच्छा है, आयुष भी अच्छा है, डुअल ब्रेविस भी बैठा हुआ है और शिवम दुबे भी मार सकता है, वो फिर से युवराज मोड में आ रहा है. द ओनली consolation for CSK fans is कि अगले साल maybe they have a team on their hands. But honestly, this has been a saddening year.
Yeah, it has been. And just as a refresh, like from a scorecard point of view, uh, RCB lost the toss. Chennai won the toss and put RCB to bat, and they were going like hammer and tongs. What 17 the first 6 overs RCB, and looking at like a 250 range, but ended up with a Romario Shepherd 13 ball 50 or a 14 ball 50, and ended up with 213. And then, as Sid mentioned, the start with the two youngsters, outstanding. I mean, Ayush Matre, I love watching the kid because he gives that gully cricketer vibe. Singles, doubles, here a hit, there a hit. No pressure, nothing. But I think for RCB and CSK match, pressure was holding up. I think that's what's happening. Otherwise, it is ridiculous. I mean, maybe Virat Kohli was trying to celebrate too soon. That's why he ended up taking the eyes off the ball. Otherwise, those kind of catches are impossible to lose. But Sid, what do you think of Shivam Dubey and his entry? I think should he have made way before Dhoni? Maybe this argument is always there. Dhoni should
Yeah.
come, but then in these kind of situations, if Shivam Dubey would have gone up the order, I don't know, maybe would have saved four extra balls.
And honestly, I think now it's happening because somehow, and Dhoni was not the kind of character who gets under media scrutiny. I mean, he has that stoic kind of personality कि media कुछ भी बोल रही है मैं अपने हिसाब से चलूंगा. I somewhere feel that Dhoni is trying to prove himself, or he generally is the kind of playbook he has had कि मैं 5-7 ball खेलूंगा and I will try to hit as many fours as I can. And post match he actually accepted that he was not able to do a lot of conversions, which I think is very big of him. So I felt, I mean, ab aise mein what happens that finally when things don't go your way, I felt that with the kind of three balls that Shivam Dubey struck, he should have been promoted up the order, because even Dual Bravis is understanding the game. He's quite new. You can't expect him to do fireworks in the last 5 overs with spinners of the pedigree that RCB has, and Yash Dayal. I mean, he's a workhorse who is largely underrated. So I felt कि एक Indian batsman को भेजना चाहिए था who is able to hit sixes. So I felt that was a tactical miss. But obviously
And
it's because we lost. I mean,
But just on
and
that, Suman, just on that, I think, on the contrary, I think CSK did the right thing. If you see the last two matches, Deval Brevis is the only player from their team who's scoring. So sending
Dhoni
in
is the
Deval,
other round. I'm saying
sorry,
Dhoni. I'm saying instead of
even
Dhoni, you
Dhoni.
should say.
Because we were criticizing CSK for the first half of the tournament because Dhoni was coming at number 7, number 8, number 9, right?
mhm.
Dhoni's waste there. So it's better you go up, take the responsibility, finish the match. It was his poor execution which led to CSK's loss, right? Look at Suyash is over, right? You couldn't hit a 17-year-old. Suyash is what, 20 years old or what? And that was
Yeah.
fantastic captaincy from Rajat Patidar. I was calling out that it's a wrong decision. You have one over from Bhuvi, Yash Dayal, and from Krunal Pandya. I think Krunal Pandya was injured. Maybe that's why
Yeah.
he gave Suyash that over. But backing a 20-year-old spinner against Dhoni because of that matchup, we all know Dhoni is very poor against wrist spinner. So that was tremendous captaincy. Although we don't know whether it was actually a gut call that he gave Suyash the over, or it was a forced call because Krunal was injured. So maybe whatever the reason was. But I think CSK, the order was right. Sending in Deval Breves, sending in Dhoni early. They should have finished that match. They should have finished that match easily. Maybe one thing what went wrong for them is that in the last few overs, I think Jadeja did not get enough strike. Maybe that was one reason. But whatever it is, they should have. And this is that Dhoni theory, right? Of taking the over deep, taking the match deep, taking the chase deep. You will end up fucking up, 3-4 times out of five, right? I strongly believe in a chase, your focus should be I need to finish this match in 19 overs. Only have 19 overs. I need to chase this score in 19 overs. If you go with that strategy, 9 out of 10 times you'll end up winning the game.
Yeah. And speaking of Jadeja, I think Akash makes a good point. I know it's a little late in his career, but he's batting up, and today
Yep.
was fantastic. I mean, his experience with the youngster, like Sid mentioned, and I don't think it was to do with Jadeja not getting the strike. I think he was getting tired, number one, and number two, it was a little too much to get with Bhuvi kind of a
Mhm.
quality. It is really hard to hit for somebody like Jadeja to go through. But look, RCB should celebrate. They are nearly onto the playoffs. Your narrow win. They could have easily lost this game and should have put a sorry face. But I mean, CSK here is like that. What do you think of, like, what are some of the gaps, Shivam, for RCB? I know we both exchange about a quality spinner not being there. Do you still think so after the win?
Absolutely. I think uh, these players, Romario, Tim David, they have made they with their performances, they have made RCB's auction look good. While we all thought that the auction was not good in the way they went ahead with they went about with the auction, but they are missing a spinner. You need a good strong spinner in between, right? You've seen Chahal's quality, how he has turned the games on its head. You've seen Rashid Khan coming back to his own in the latter part of the season. And with RCB, I think whatever gaps they need to fill, they will fill, right? But if they you know want to have slightest of hope of winning this year, they have to somehow finish in the top two. Knowing RCB, the way they crumble under pressure, I don't think they can win if they're number three or number four. They have to somehow finish in top two, because with RCB you need that extra chance. You need that extra chance that they might fumble in the qualifier. They deserve that extra chance after 18 years of heartbreak, that they go to qualifier to win that, then go to whatever finals, and then somehow win this. But with and see, you can't get a spinner now, right? So whatever it is, they have to make good with this lineup. Uh, Patikal is doing good. Patidar has fallen off the radar. He started off very well. Now he's been quite poor in the last few matches. And the good part is that if Josh Hazelwood gets injured, they have a good backup, Lungi Ngidi. I agree with Anil, because and the main gap there is you can't buy out umpires like MI. Either you somehow do that. Vishak is not going to like it. He'll still say that no, it was out. It was out. Rohit Sharma. Oh, sorry. Rohit Sharma reviewed in time, but I don't want to get into that argument. So you can't change your team. Just do the best. Don't drop catches. Remain calm. Kohli hit from ball one. This 200 strike rate is required.
And Sid, what do you think? This is RCB's year. I mean, I know you don't follow much of franchisee games, but this year they seem like really good. And like Shiva mentioned, I think their best chance is to finish in top two so that they have two hits going into the final. But what do you make of their 11 now?
Well, I think they have a 11 worth winning. I mean, I know no franchise gets all their ducks in a row. Like, I know that Suyash may have his limitations, but one thing that I really appreciate about Suyash, except the fact he may have his head rolled out while he's bowling with that action, he's quite fearless. Like, that's what you expect from a spinner. that he is really fearless. He's not scared for getting out for runs. So he's not the limiting kind of bowler that you have. And Krunal Pandya, I have only seen Shane Warne bowl a bouncer at Kevin Peterson. And Krunal Pandya, I don't know where has he got this delivery from. I don't know if Anil Kumble came in his sleep and just told him that, start bowling like a medium pacer. So I know they don't have a Noor Ahmad. They don't have a purist spinner that can actually turn around the game. And somewhere I feel Hazelwood brings a novelty to the proceedings. Like today, I was just imagining with the Hazelwood around. I think I know I am chief supporter for Ayush Mhatre. He would have struggled with the kind of bounce he generates. So those are things that may not be working for them, but I feel like the team, we have a winnable team this year. Like, if and I don't want to jinx, by saying Isala. I just don't want to complete that statement, but I just feel this is the year when the team has come together. They have win matches that they haven't won, away matches that they were not winning so far. And sometimes, it's almost like how Rajasthan Royals won. And sometimes you just have to look at it that it's the momentum that carries teams. That you may not have a great team. I mean, if you look at some of these outlier teams like Deccan Chargers, when they won, like you never put your money on that team that they're going to win it, and they just somehow something gets in, and they start winning. Maybe Bhuvi will start getting his length right. And imagine, Bhuvi, the same guy, got hit for 26 runs, and when you look at his last 2 overs, he was a different person. So I feel that they would have to count on momentum, and I agree with everything that Shivam has said. But yeah, Vishak, that's why I didn't complete that word. I stopped at the Hindi swear word of
Akash would have
Salah.
jumped out of the commentary box and to stop you. Don't complete that
Yeah,
phrase.
yeah, I didn't. And you can say Salah for anything, but I just, I mean, I feel that this is the year. It's like what happened to our beloved SRH, right? Best team on paper. I don't think any team could have got a better auction, but it didn't work. They didn't just get the momentum right. And here you have a team who have all the momentum with them. So sometimes, we have seen this in English Premier Leagues and with sports in general, that a winning team may not be the best team, but 11 just start working together really well. Like you have a Yash Dayal, who is a very limited ability bowler, but give him 19th and 20th over, and you've got a match on your hands. So I feel it's, I mean, and I don't want to jinx it, but this is probably one of those years when they have a real good chance.
Yeah. And Shivam, talking of Yash Dayal, I know the result today is RCB win, and like Vishak saying, great over. But it it could have gone the other way around. Waste had full toss. Dhoni got a full toss, he missed, right? LBW. Jadeja, which he couldn't hit, was a half volley. It was not a
Absolutely.
Yorker. So I
Absolutely.
still don't think Dayal is a last over defense bowler.
Absolutely. You are absolutely right. I mean, see, you win it, so you justify that, no, it was a great over, this and that. RCB won because they were facing CSK, and CSK right now is the weakest team in IPL. Probably just better than RR. And that too, RR because of Pan Parag. So RCB won because of CSK, right? And okay, if there is due, so what? You bowl two good Yorkers. I think the first three balls went for two singles, right? You
Yeah.
take your time, you wipe the ball, you use the towel, you take a deep breath, take double the time you want, right? But don't you can't justify that, okay, there was deuce or full toss was bowled or free hit was bowled. No, even Bhuvi for that matter. Look at the second last over. That is where you need champion mentality like Stark. In that over, in that match, DC versus RR, when he bowled what 15 Yorkers or low full tosses, right? All the commentators were saying he's predictable, he needs to bowl a bouncer, he needs to bowl a slower ball. No, I'll bowl 15 Yorkers bang on, 19-20 इधर उधर चल जाएगा. Bhuvi also, he bowled 3 Yorkers, fantastic, then went for a wide length, good length ball and was deposited over extra cover. So that's what I'm saying. You need that champion mentality of remaining calm under pressure and don't give excuses of due, of catch drops, etc., of light coming in the way. No, you should have seen GT fielding yesterday. It was like they were fielding for their life. Rashid Khan's catch, right? Amazing. So you need that champion mentality. And the good part about RCB this time is they have been sort of in the top half since the beginning, right? It's not like last year where they had to win 6 out of 6 or 7 out of 7, whatever that was. See, MI, we know they're always late starters, but RCB is picking up speed at the right time and they have remained in the top half of the table. DC started off really well, then have simply lost it. So now nobody's talking about them. As in an tournament like IPL, you need to peak at the right time. You need to find your combinations, at the right time. DC still they have not found their combination. They don't know whether uh, Nattu is going to play or not. They don't know if Nattu can come in. Mukesh plays well in one match, then fumbles in another. Faf has just come back. So DC has still not found the right combination. And I think now it's too late. I think Punjab is breathing down on the top four. GT is playing completely like a professional, seasoned champion team, and MI is MI. So I think we have a top four in MI, RCB, GT, and Punjab Kings. And just one thing, I completely agree with Sid. I think I've called this out many times. SRH had a fantastic auction. Hands down, they were a top four team this time. It's just that it didn't click, and maybe they took that इस बार 300 पार, they took it too far. अगर थोड़ा सा सेंस करके खेलते, so I think they had the team to beat. I mean, they reinforced their batting with Ishan Kishan. I don't know what happened with him. अंबानी का पैसा एंड ऑल. अच्छा ठीक है, वो बात नहीं करेंगे, विशाख बुरा मान जाएगा again.
नहीं,
So
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मिल गया भाई को.
exactly. So, but I think tremendous team SRH had, and I think we give credit to CSK fans, RCB fans, whatever. Nobody talks about DC fans, but I'm telling you, SRH should be credited to just regenerate this fire and passion about IPL. I think it was getting monotonous. IPL also was not that interesting. But the way SRH has played in the last couple of seasons, tremendous. People started copying them. एंड देन टीम्स रियलाइज कि एसआरएच खुद ही अपने आप को कॉपी नहीं कर पा रहा है, मतलब रेप्लिकेट नहीं कर पा रहा है, हम क्या करेंगे. सो नॉर्मलसी प्रिवेल्ड, बट क्रेडिट टू एसआरएच द वे दे हैव सॉर्ट ऑफ चेंज दिस आईपीएल dynamics.
Thank you, boss. But we are not making the playoffs. It's not a happy camp for us.
No, but I would give. I stay in Hyderabad, and one of the things that I would say, everybody talks about other franchise fans. I think SRH has the most loyal supporters. It's almost like Liverpool when they were losing, or West Ham United supporter. That team never wins, but they've got the best supporters on earth. Like,
And
they
non-toxic
still
supporters, decent supporters.
non-toxic stuff. Yes, like you're not gonna get death threats, or you know, if you lose. So they've got really really loyal fan base. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I can see.
Two things before we drop. First is Akash's question, Bethel or Salt dilemma. My recommendation would be stick to Bethel. He's untested. No team knows how to tackle him. If you bring Salt back, many teams have matchups. So stick to Bethel and let him keep going match. But Sid and Shivam, what do you guys think?
I have a
So,
point on this. Sorry, Shivam, if you have a point, go
no,
ahead.
go on.
So I don't know if you know, Bethel actually in counties is also a very potent bowler, and Salt with his pedigree, I'm not sure, but I think Bangalore, with the kind of dearth of spinners that Shivam highlighted, might want to think if there's a way to put both of them in together if they are looking for an extra spinner down there. I'm not sure how, IPL being IPL, we know what happens to foreign spinners. Not everybody is a Rashid Khan, and he is not a Rashid Khan anywhere, but he's a very, very handy player, almost like Will Jacks, and has a lot to prove. So I think if RCB is looking for a balance, maybe they should look at exploring that ability. Otherwise, all bets are off. Sorry, you have a point. I know I just hijacked your
No,
point.
I think. See, I mean, playing both of them is not possible because you can't
Ah,
drop Hazelwood, you can't drop Romario after today's match, and you can't drop Tim David. So
hmm.
you have to play one of them. And I think I've seen Salt a lot. I've been following him since long, in the IPL, globally as well, internationally as well. But whatever little I've seen of Jacob Bethel, I think he seems a little more, you know, more stable, if that's the
Yep.
right way to put it. I think he doesn't go bang bang, blindly like Phil Salt. From whatever two innings I've seen, he seems a little more stable. And of course, the lefty righty combination. I think they should stick to Jacob Bethel unless and until he fails in the next two matches. Then they have left with no other choice but to get Phil Salt back. But I
Mhm.
think they should stay with Jacob Bethel. Period.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And he's
So you
fearless
have
because he's new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
okay. Both of you will get a chance, and you will have one shot in taking a pick. Who will be the finalist and who will be the winner? You stick to that. So let's start with Sid. Who will be the finalist first?
Okay. I always go for underdogs, and GT is not an underdog. That team is funded by one of the biggest funds in the world who invest heavily in sports. So GT is in no way an underdog. And I don't like MI for obvious reasons, which I can't say in public. So I'm going to go with Punjab versus RCB.
Wow.
And
Okay.
obviously, any sane person would say it's a GT versus Mumbai Indians final. But I feel it's. I mean, I think this IPL, if we still have big teams coming in finals, I'm sure it's. I mean, it will lose its novelty. Things need to shake up, and for once, I will support RCB. I mean, I don't
Okay.
follow much of IPL, though my heart will be with Punjab, knowing my roots. But I would want to support RCB, but yeah, heart is with Punjab.
Punjab RCB to win for Sid. Shivam?
Yeah.
It's going to be RCB, MI, and in our wildest dreams, which we had thought, right? RCB, MI final, and RCB will win for sure. Ambanis will run out
Really.
of money, rate पड़ेगा ईडी का, कुछ भी होगा, पैसा खत्म हो जाएगा, but RCB will win final, MI हारेगा.
नहीं,
But
ऑप्शन
yeah,
देना ही नहीं है, रिव्यू का ऑप्शन देना ही नहीं है इस बार. ऐसी बॉलिंग ही नहीं करनी है. मतलब आई वुड, मैं सुयश को बोलूंगा सिर्फ टॉप स्पिन फेक और फ्लिपर्स फेक, बॉल टर्न ही मत करा तू, ऑप्शन ही मत दे उनको.
And see,
excellent.
okay, on a serious note now, Suman. See, one great thing about RCB, if you look at them from from number one to number 11, right? Salt was good initially. Then Bethel is doing well. Kohli is doing Kohli stuff. He's going to have a 600, 700 run tournament or whatever, 800 run tournament. Patikar was good earlier. Patidar was good earlier. Patikar is good now. David has been good. Romario has won them one match. Krunal Pandey has won them two matches. Every match they have a different player coming up, right? With MI, Surya has been consistent as hell. Bumrah has been doing well now. I still feel six, seven players are delivering. Two, three players are not there. Will Jacks, I think, is just playing because somehow MI need to justify getting him in instead of Tim David and other folks. So the only chance, why I think RCB can do it, that all 11 of them are, delivering, are playing well, right? That's only even GT for that matter. The day, and it is going to happen. A day will come soon where GT is going to be three down inside the power play, and they'll not do what to. They will not know what to do. You can't have
Yeah.
three top order players delivering every match, right? It's a sport of equals. It will catch up to them.
Yep.
Yeah. So both of you don't think Delhi Capitals will make to the playoffs then?
Yeah,
um,
but that's
I
the problem here. I mean, after having such a great team, after having such a great start, if you still see, it's not happening for them. Last match, KL Rahul took it easy. He should not have been run out. That run out was the turning point. Akshar is also, sometimes he comes out as too chilled. That should not be the case. DC is not. It's. I don't think they have got the combination right, and they have fucked up big time by not getting a replacement of Harry Brook, and that shows they were overconfident. So I
hmm.
think it's going to be Punjab Kings, GT, MIRCB.
Okay. Excellent. But anyway, RCB fans, enjoy the night. Much deserved. Yash Dayal statue in the Chinnaswamy Stadium. CSK fans, hard luck. But yeah, Chief Ayush supporter is here. I think your future is bright. So But Shivam and Sid, thanks for making time on a Saturday night. Appreciate it. And for folks who have engaged, really thankful that your support's always there. Until next time, ciao. Take care, guys.
So,
Enjoy karo baki